Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello Scorpio, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you to everybody. I just want to start off with saying thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channel and left comments, likes, or on my YouTube channel and or on my Facebook page as well, and the messages that I do receive in my inbox. So thank you for that. So it just helps. Like what I'm hearing is like. And what I know is it helps to get the energy out there, but also helps to for ourselves to get something out as well. So it's not like the whole story, you have to tell everything. That's not what it's about. But it's also about like some, in a way, confirmation for me, whether these readings are actually are helping you or not in some way or form. That's why I would like to find out, that's why I suggest or encourage us to leave a thumbs up or a comment how it's panned out for you. Okay, so anyway, now what I do want to also say is that these, just to remind everybody that these reads, the messages that come through from them are general, so they may or may not resonate with you. If they do, that's wonderful. If they don't, then just take what does resonate and leave what does not. So, and part of the reason why it may not resonate with you right now is because it could be more of a forecast for you. And even if it all doesn't resonate right now, it may be more of a forecast for you. So want to remind you that we have free will, so it's not like you have to take it. So and like I say, Spirit are just saying that it may be that it's more of a forecast for you. Okay, and you may be having this intuitive inkling that this or something similar to a similar feeling to the story that unfolds in this session. Anyway, so that's kind of, so it may still resonate with you, but maybe not right now at this moment. Okay. Anyway, so this is Wednesday, the 30th of December 2020 that I'm recording this, and the reading will run from like the 1st of January through to the 15th of January. So it's kind of, that's how we're rolling it at the moment. So we'll see what other changes are coming in. So anyway, just want to get, I want to get onto it, but they're just like wanting to shift this energy that some of you may be in or feeling. So I've actually lit some, I've run out of sage, but I've got rosemary, dried rosemary, and some Palo Santo, a Palo Santo stick here. So you will see that smoke burning away there. So because we're right in full moon today, and you may have felt the energy in the last couple of days, maybe even as far as a week ago, and you will probably still feel it, and then maybe the next 2 or 3 days as it wanes away and wanes away basically. Excuse me. So, oh gosh, there's something some of you maybe not, because I'm just noticing that my nose, I started sneezing before as I was prepping to do your message. So something maybe getting up your nose, or somebody, or something, or someone, you may be letting somebody get up your nose basically. So and then there may be something where you're not speaking your truth, when sometimes it's maybe that for some of you it may be that you're not being able to speak your truth or get out what you need to say. Some of you, I feel like it may be that you're needing to like not interfere about, and being mindful, or speak too soon. Allow the person who's speaking to you to finish their conversation. And because I'm just hearing that because they're reminding me of something that I did this afternoon, and the other day actually, about because sometimes we can get a little bit enthusiastic, and we end up, we're going to say something, and we kind of, and I know for me, and I start to say something, and then it's the other person actually hasn't completed or finished their what they were talking about, or that sentence they were going to say, and that sort of thing. So I've jumped in my keenness to start adding to it, or talking about that, whatever my contribution is to the conversation anyway. And so it's kind of, you know, Spirit have been showing me just being mindful about that. Okay, so the other thing is some of yous may be feeling a little bit well, unwilling to express yourself for for fear of a retaliation or response that you're not really wanting to hear, or so, you know, or hearing retaliation, or not wanting to speak up, or finding yourself blocked with you know, a bit with voicing something. Okay. You know, just because it's maybe that you're feeling it's either, you know, fear, it's not safe, or you're not feeling safe to voice your opinion in some way or form. So it's like there's because where are they going with that? I feel like this is where they're going with that is that's why this sage, well actually this rosemary and this Palo Santo is here to help with the clearing of the energy of old stuff that may be blocking you from, you know, wanting to say something or express yourself. So there may be a limiting belief pattern, you know, at school, you know, when I was young, and you know, you stick your hand up, and well, you don't want to stick your hand up, and then when you do stick your hand up, something happens, or you know, and you don't want to, something in the sense that you're feeling like belittled. So it may happen when you do stick your hand up, where you may be wrong or incorrect with the answer. Then you know, it's kind of, and somebody may you know, may put you down for that in some way or form, and so it's like therefore you may be feeling unsafe, you know, to put your hand up again to say something, or just put your thoughts forward to say something, you know, to share, or even to ask a question. So I feel like there's, you know, some of you, there's, you know, like being creative about how you express that, or ask the question. Okay, maybe that you're needing to be mindful about the tone, and about actually the question. Is it something that you really need to to ask about, you know, right there and then? And so they're just getting you to feel like talking about getting encouraging you to look at other avenues as to how you can express yourself to get the message across in the way that you need to get it, so you can get to the outcome that you are more leaning towards achieving. Wow. Anyway, so today I'm going to do a spread or a flow today, and it'll be mind, body, spirit, soul today. So, and we're going to go 2 rows down. So looking at what may be in the recent past or in the now, and what it could look like just going forward, or what there's to be a blend of that, of what is going on now, and moving forward, looking forward a bit to a solution, or you know, ideas or suggestions as to how you can move through that. So the first card out, oh actually no, I want to say, how you can move through that. So I just want to, what else did I say? Oh God, so I'm going to be using a variety of decks so today, so we'll see how we go. And another one to clarify. I'm not sure which deck, but I will mention it as we go. So this one is a Rider-Waite deck that I'm using at the moment. So the first card out in the mind. So you may be thinking about a new beginning, because the Fool is the first card out of the major arcana. And so there's something about a new story, or a new book, or a new move, a new journey, like a brand new journey. So you may be doing something like right out of the book, you know, right out of you know, like kick the ball right out of the block, you know, so that sort of thing. So it may be something out of the blue. For some reason I want to say out of the block. I don't know why it doesn't. I've not actually heard that expression put in that way, but it's like out of the blue, and you might kick the ball out of the ballpark. Yeah, that's what you might. Or you know, normally they would hit the ball out of the ballpark, so out of the park. So there's something that's different, and maybe some of yous are are taking like a brand new journey, or starting thinking about starting a brand new journey. So what I'm hearing for some of you, it may be actually, you know, shifting country, moving, you know, traveling overseas in a sense, to move overseas. And maybe that's a plan that you'd already thought about and had to put it on hold because of COVID. And now that's more like, okay, I think we can really do this now. So maybe this, I feel like for some of you, it is that you're just bringing yourself back on track again. However, in a sense, it's still a new beginning, because I feel like even though it was an idea and a thought that was in the past, that you haven't actually like taken the actual next steps to like lift off. But I feel like there are some changes in there for some of you. So whether it's overseas, the move, or not, I don't know. It could be from the North Island to the South Island, if it's here, if you're living here in New Zealand, or some other island that's in local waters. It could be that you're moving, you know, just physically moving house. For some of you, I feel like there's a move. You maybe thinking about moving your business, or a move from a business venture that you're into another business, or maybe going back to work for wages, or doing something but still doing your business. Some of you may be coming from a wage, you know, an employee, to being self-employed. There's a few things going on there, but there's definitely, I feel like there's a lot of thoughts and thinking and talk about shift, about moving. So moving, communication, you know, communicating that you are and putting out there that you're wanting to do something different, or some change. So okay, so we next on the physical side, which is really interesting, we have the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands and the Temperance card. So there's something about, you know, getting something moving, you know, with this. The Knight of Wands is also about new beginnings as well. So he's that entrepreneur sort of energy there. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are thinking, you know, literally about, you know, creating your own employment, your self-employment, or helping someone do it, or move into theirs. It may be a career move that you're looking at, and so I'm hearing like maybe studying something towards self-employment, or branching out of some study that you're doing, or adding on to something that you've done, you know, studied before. Like you may be a lawyer, say, so you may be like going back to do some study to do, you know, so you will specialize in something else or whatever. There's something about that. So I see like arms off whatever some of you are doing already, but there's definitely this energy there of the wands. The Knight of Wands takes action. So, you know, Scorpio, there's, you know, okay, you're maybe not, you're a water sign, but you may have some fire energy on your chart. But maybe this Knight of Wands is here to help give you that little bit of a zhuzh up, that energy to get something moving. So often he can come in through with this comes in with this energy where things are going to may move quite quickly. So this is, you know, like for you, this is like, you know, some of you is maybe already planning and getting things going in the background there. And to ready to like run with it, or walk with it, or, you know, or trot with it in the new year. So, but there's something about balance in that. So I feel like because he can move quite quickly, I feel like this energy, it may also be a male energy, a younger male energy, who is an entrepreneur sort of type business person, and always thinking, you know, and keeping motivated, and always thinking about, like, you know, what he can do, like to make more money, make more friends, but be more prosperous and abundant in every which way. So there's that sort of energy there. Where else are they going with that? See, I'm drawn to these pyramids there in the distance here. So what I'm seeing them is like piles of gold or piles of money. So even though it's in the desert and it's quite barren, there's something piling up. I'm actually seeing them as piles of gold or piles of money, abundance in the end. But there's some even like further out, way back out in the distance as well. So there's a journey that he's going to take you on, where you could put, you know, if you, you know, where it's just like everything, when we take action towards creating something, things start to open up, doors, windows, ideas, our mind starts to open up. So that's what he brings, is that sort of energy. So that's beautiful. However, the balance, the temperance card here, she's about balance, and she's about sharing, cooperation. And I see that she's pouring, water from one cup to another. So that's balancing or evening out the emotions I'm hearing as well while you're doing that. So it's maybe a little bit overwhelming. And with this, with this new beginning and this Knight of Wands coming in, something maybe moving a little bit, moving quite quickly, or maybe moving a little bit quicker than you anticipated. And it may be moving as it's meant to move, but you maybe weren't as ready for that. That's when I'm hearing that. So, but it's about balancing to your energy and remembering to keep, balance your emotions as well, because I'm really drawn to that, the water and the exchange of, the money, the water from each cup. So she's and I feel I'm more drawn to seeing that as like balancing or evening things out. But she's also about cooperation and sharing. So there will be a need for, if this Knight of Wands person is actually physically comes into your life, there will be a need for you to find balance, because they can be a little bit over enthusiastic, and so they can be a little bit bossy, because they have a vision and they're going to be, and they want to, and they have this drive and they want to do it. So you may find it hard to get a word in edgewise and get your ideas across. So this is about you being a little bit more, standing up for yourself as well. However, some of you, it may be that you are needing to go into that energy yourself, bring that Knight of Wands energy in, so you can, utilize that energy to push yourself, challenge yourself into doing what it is that you're wanting to do, be, give, and have in your life. But not only that, and how you want to do, be, give, and have things in your life, and who it is that you want to do, be, give, and give things, have and give things in your life. So now we come to the moon in the spiritual sense too as well, which is really interesting, because we are in a full moon. So what I'm talking about, like in this card coming up, like going out and standing in the moonlight, basking in the moonlight, to help with shifting some of these energies. So and being mindful about and watching, observant about how the moon energy, how it wanes in the waxing, how the waxing is to grow bigger. So when we get moving into the first quarter of the moon after a new moon phase, so now, with this full moon, the energy is starting to wane away, and changing. So it's like, with old projects that are coming up, it's then in the waning period of it is, good to wind up some old things. So now we're releasing things. So keeping an eye on that, on the moon energy. So it can, as our energy can, as the moon's energy fluctuates, our energy fluctuates as well. And as for eons and eons and eons, people have been, thousands of years have been planting with the moon cycles, and harvesting and that sort of, when's a better time to plant, and certain vegetables in certain times of the year and certain places of the year and that sort of thing. So it's the same with us in our energy, as in to watch how we move as well, be observant how our energy fluctuates with the moon cycle. Intuition is another one there that is connected with that one, being listening to yourself, basically. Where they're going. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there. I keep being drawn to all the water parts of the of these cards. So especially the what do you call it? Oh my gosh, the major arcana cards, because the temperance here, there's water there, and in this one there's there's the sea there, and a lobster is climbing out. So that's something, it may be affecting your emotions, basically, Scorpio. Okay, so then we have the chariot. So there may be some sort of indecision there. Though both of those sphinxes are looking in opposite directions, but there's something about balance as well. That there's something maybe you've come to, and like your soul is telling you to like take this new direction, or moving in a certain direction, but being mindful about where it is, and you know, like, because this Chariot isn't moving, because these sphinxes are like sitting down, and they've so is the Chariot. It's not like up, risen up. So it's like, I feel in this deck it's showing me that there is a time for a rest period. So contemplate about where it is that you're wanting to do, where you're wanting to move to next, because these sphinxes are like looking or positioned like, you know, going to either the left or the right in an opposite direction. I just looked up there because it's like, hello, opposite direction. In there, but they're having a rest. So there may be, this is a time, you know, like your soul is getting you to thinking about, you know, what it is that you're wanting to do. I feel like you have an idea, but I do, now the Emperor has come out as we're moving along into the next row, you know, about thinking, and this is about, the Emperor is an authoritative figure, so, you know, like the kings and that, so he has a lot of clout, but he has a lot of that magician inside of him as well. So he's a mover. He's a mover and a shaker, or a shaker and a mover. But he's very, I feel like he's very grounded. And he doesn't muck around. So he's a bit like with the King of Wands in a way, or the Wands energy. But I'm hearing more authority. So I'm feeling like this, you know, about, you know, with this going on, there's a new. You may be looking at yourself in a different way, in a new way, in the sense that you are stepping up to the mark, stepping up to the plate, and taking, you know, walking in your power, being in your power, making decisions and communicating effectively. And your relationship is a lot stronger, or a lot better, and with yourself as well. So there's something about that, building on that. If that's something that resonates with you, it may be that you're needing to build on that. And take control of something within you. Now, you know, so there's that way of way of thinking. So mind, body, spirit, and soul. So they're just moving into the mind back again. So there's that, getting into that mindset, okay, of being your own boss, leading the way, being the leader, because he will lead by example, and he's honest, and he will serve justice. There's that sort of energy about the Emperor as well. Then we have the Lovers card. So on the physical side of things, moving, you know, about taking action. So there may be, you know, the Lovers is not necessarily about a love relationship or anything like that, but there may well be, for some of you, as a lover, a relationship coming together, with somebody coming into your life, somebody new generally when this card comes in. And it may be that you've held off on a new lover from going out there, but this is about, once again, you standing and being in your own power, a shift in your mindset about what lovers mean. So you may be looking at, in the background, you may be, you know, blocking your, your a true love coming in for you. I'm not taking those, that's way too many. You know, true love coming into you, if that's what you're looking for or putting out for. So so I feel like he's you know, come here to, like, come on, you know, do, maybe that you're needing to do a little bit more processing on yourself, but you know, taking the lead in the way to create the shift and disciplining yourself. And there may be, you know, in the mind, it's in the mindset, in the sense, you know, I'm hearing discipline, but being in control of your mind and what your thoughts and things like that, and looking at if something comes up, what that is about, and it could be to do about, you know, old love with a new relationship that's coming in, that's maybe you're holding off because of something in the past. Cool. But I'm hearing some of you, it's like, you know, in a physical sense, it's like move towards it. There's somebody there. So, and you've put it out there, so that you're, you know, looking for someone or wanting someone to come into your life, and there's somebody sitting right there or standing right there. Cool. So what else? What have we got on the spirit level in this row here that Scorpio most need to know about at the moment, that following on from the Lovers? That's really interesting. We'll see how it comes together a bit more Sometimes it can shift a little bit. Okay, what have we got? It's taking a little while to get this card out, so we'll count a few cards. Yeah, okay, there we go. Oh, I'll take those two first because those two came out, and the other 1, 2, 3. Okay. Right. What have we got here? So, okay, so there's the 5 there. So there may be a little bit of disappointment there because, you know, with the 5, there's like, you know, there's something going on there. So your emotions, something may come up where you're not, you know, maybe you're not dealing with things as you could have been or would have been. But I do feel like there's something, you know, that you some of you may let this come back into your mind, your thought frame, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's around to do with relationships, a past love in some sort of way with you, you know, so whether you're a male or a female energy, I feel like the Emperor generally is more about a male energy, so there could be a male energy that is, you know, if you're a female that's there, or even if a male, depending on, you know, what your sexual preference is. So anyway, so whatever it is, there's something to do probably with with the sadness. So something may come up, you know, and which is interesting with the moon. We're doing this, and I'm doing this on the full moon. So, which is quite likely to happen tonight, which is once again why I am lighting this this rosemary here instead of sage, because I've run out of sage at the moment, and this Palo Santo to help clear that energy, but also to bless it as well, and yourself as well. So there's something, you know, in some sort of emotional stuff, because that is you getting a think, you know, letting your emotions, or I'm feeling it's more, or sensing it's more to do with the past stuff, as well as maybe something like very, very recent as well. And then we have the 10 of Wands here. So this is you know, somebody, you're taking action, because the 10 of Wands is about, you know, you maybe have been overworking yourself, you know, carrying somebody else's burden or a lot of burdens on your shoulders where you don't really necessarily need to. So this is, you know, the 10 is about, you know, a completion of a cycle basically. So the 9 is a completion of a cycle too, but it's mostly, that's how I see it. But the 10, you're moving into that transition of, you know, releasing it, letting it go, and moving into the brand new or the new. So, but this one with the 10 is like, yes, you've picked it all up, and you're releasing them at the same time. You're not carrying them on your back anymore. This is about, you know, you moving forward with it. So whatever that sadness is that is there, it is about you, it's like, okay, it's time to release that. Because whatever it is, it's old stuff. Okay, so then we have the World, and then we also have the 10 of Cups, and we also have the 6 of Cups in reverse, and we also have the what have we got there? The 6 of Wands is reverse as well. So the World, I feel like on a soul level, you know that the world is out there, and you can go and achieve what it is that you're wanting to achieve. It's just like it's that change, shifting that energy, your mental, emotional thoughts, and that will help shift your energetically as well, because you start to feel it when we overdo things. Like if you're feeling like down, if you're thinking in your mind all the time that about the past, all the sad parts, you start to feel like that. But if you switch it and you start thinking about the things, about all the good stuff, and that is happening, your energy will shift. So now it's about, you know, not even going back there, but it's like creating new memories, then putting them into the future. Okay. Anyway, that's where I don't normally say that, but that's what's come through. So then we have the World, and the World is showing you here with this 10 of Cups here that you can have it all, you know, and it's like, because this is like a family come together, and there is, you know, there's a lot of abundance. There's, you know, the grass is like, okay, it's yellowy gold, but when you're thinking about yellowy gold as being, you know, there's abundance, and that, you know, it's flat, it's not. And there's hills in the background, there's trees in the background as well. So, and they look really healthy and abundant, and the children are dancing around happily. So there's that, you know, emotional it's like all your senses, all that you've put out for, and I want to say senses again, there's an abundance and prosperity in that side of things. But then there is something about with the Six of Cups here, where it's, you know, it's in the reverse. So there may be some sadness, because that's generally that you've moved through something and figured something out. So what I'm hearing is like your soul is saying to you, don't let yourself go back there. Okay, so but I'm going to turn around, because it's like everything is working out as it should be, you know, as you're put out there for. And then there's this one is in reverse too. So the Wands, the Six of Wands is about success, achievement. So you whatever it is that you're doing, you've taken action, and you know you've achieved what you've wanted to achieve this year, even with everything going on. And it may be in these last 10 years, 12 years, but mostly in these, you've achieved everything. So I've turned them around to you know, shift the energy in that, in this, okay? Because it's there, but it's maybe your head may go there, and it's maybe not overthinking it, but actually this is about gratitude, and it's about looking back from where you've been to, from where you've come from, to where you are now. That one always gets me though. They keep wanting to say two things. Yeah, from where you've been to and yeah, to where you are now. Okay, holy crap. So where we're going though, so I'm going to use this deck here. This is the Voyager Tarot. That's to clarify this, you know, what's coming up, and see if they've got anything to add to it. So we're starting off the mind here. So there's the Man of Worlds here. Now the Man of Worlds in this deck is the King of Pentacles. So he is, you know, like with the work that you're doing. So you've got the Emperor there, and you've got this new beginning. So something is, you know, this is the achiever. So whatever it is, you know, these cards and the Spirit are telling you, the energy of Scorpio, that it's there. You are achieving, you know, you are the achiever. So this is like not putting yourself down and having self-doubt, because it's like even the smaller things is an achievement. So depending what you see as small, so something that somebody else might see as small may be humongous to you, and vice versa. So it's like this is about you allowing yourself to move, you know, and just seeing, you know, switching into the King of Pentacles, because he is about, you know, about his family, and building with his family and creating that, you know, stability and that foundation, not only with finances and material things, but also with his family as well, for family roots, family grounding. But it's also that energy, I'm hearing energy, that exchange of energy as well, is like what you put out there is what you get. So he works, you know, clever, he works hard, he works diligently, but he works, you know, and he's being mindful and aware of how things, I'm hearing like researching things and how things work to get the best or the best outcome, and the most that he can get from whatever he's doing in a fair way. So he's not like an asshole boss is what I'm hearing, okay? Just to put it bluntly. And then we have, and you know, on the physical side is about creativity with the Three of Crystals there. So there's something with the Three of Crystals in this deck is the Three of Swords. So there's something moving there with creativity, moving into that. So it's using, you know, it's like this King of Pentacles, or this Man of Worlds here. He is very creative. So it's allowing yourself to let that creative side of you out, okay? Like this is physically. So it may be, you know, art. It may be something else. And I'm just, because I'm hearing that maybe the thing that like, you know, exercise, meditation, you know, that side of things. It might be your Zen place for you, but it's about being creative. It's also about being creative in your in the work that you do, or the career that you've chosen, whether it be self-employment, whether it be some, you know, even though you're studying, you may work in a department in some sort, or a organization. So whatever that is, it's like finding, it's like, I'm just hearing like creativity, allow that to come out. Yeah, allow that to come out. and also in the way that you, because I'm hearing like, you know, connected to this Man of Worlds or this King of Pentacles, is like that, you know, it's about communication too. He's very good at communicating. So there could be a male energy who is a business-like man, who is very grounded and is wanting, you know, and he may be a mentor or somebody that could mentor to you, or has wanting, you know, or you may be that person as well, that there may be that part of you, even though I know you're Scorpio, that's coming out, or it may be something that you may be needing to like take on for yourself in your business or in your career to help you keep moving and, you know, gaining momentum in some way or form with whatever it is that you are, you know, wanting to achieve or moving through. Could be a relationship-wise as well. Some of you I'm hearing maybe building a house or wanting to buy a property or a house, get on the property market. But see, here we go. Here on the spiritual level, there's the Ace of Wands. So it's about illumination in this. So there's something, these ideas. So there's something that you've been thinking about doing, and it's like getting on and doing, because that's about, you know, some new beginning or beginning in some way or form, taking action with something, and with some ideas that you've had tucked away there. And it may be like an expansion of something that you've, you know, like I say, you may be already in business, and it may be a wing off that, or an arm off that, or it may be something, you know, it may literally, you may be working, and it may be creating the self-employment. So it's another arm or another, you know, a lot of income. You're generating another lot of income. So here we go. And the Five of Worlds. So there may be a setback, and it may be on a spiritual, and because I'm working with the soul now, there's a setback. You may sense that there may be a setback, or you may be like a little bit, you know, cagey about moving in a certain direction, because you may get this feeling that, okay, because I'm hearing like, you know how sometimes you can, with, you know, limiting beliefs patterns, it's like if you think a certain way, that's going to be what it's happened. But it's like with the setback, it may be there's a theme of you get so far and then, you know, something goes wrong. There's that thought in your mind, you know, what if something goes wrong, blah, 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 and then something does go wrong. And so in a way, you've put that out there, if you know what I mean. So I just feel like there's something about breaking that cycle in that sense as well. Because this is here, we got this art card here, which is interesting. So it's like number 14 in the Major Arcana. So I'm not exactly sure what this one is about. I'll have to reread the book again in that part. But what I'm drawn to that, because there's about creativity again. So what I'm hearing is about being creative. So I'm seeing, you know, and because I'm looking at it, there's a rainbow there, there's a wheel there, and there's water there, there's a bird there, there's all these things. It's like, look, it's about being open and observing, you know, what is actually going on there, and looking into, you know, what is making things happen. I'm feeling like they're talking about the core, getting to the core of something about this setback here. Why, you know, you may be like anticipating setback all the time. And so if that's, like I say, they were saying before, is like if you keep thinking like that, that's what's going to happen. So now it's moving past that, moving through that, not even going there. So we'll just see what happened, what the Sacred Earth Oracle deck has to share with you, as well as you're moving through this space. So yeah, so I guess they're just wanting to say there, where we're going. There's that, you know, I'm just getting that feeling that it's like, you know, this is about breaking some cycles, you know, repetitive cycles, belief systems, you know, thoughts that have, you know, or addictions in a way, in that sort of sense. Something, and you may be finding that actually things are kind of shifting, and you maybe not have even really noticed it, but maybe you're not feeling like you're wanting to eat chocolate a lot more, or you may have the sugar intake, you may be not feeling like you need to have sugar, or sugar maybe like or something like that. It could be that you're starting, certain people are like waning away from you, and you haven't had to do a thing, and it may be like something with certain people, with certain relationships with people, could be friends, could be family members that create drama in a way, and it's like, oh, you're maybe over that, and then they just happen to notice, well, that actually, because you're not buying into that drama, and you're not inviting it in as well, or being a part of it, it starts to wane away. So anyway, the first card in this Sacred Earth Oracle deck is productivity. So there's something moving. So I feel like this is, for some of you, this is about productivity, about you being productive in whatever it is that you're moving towards, and this coming year. I was going to say this year, but this next year, and that, so this being productive, but I do feel like in the background there are some people there that are, because I'm just hearing productivity, so some of you may be making things as well. Where are they going with that? Yeah, because I'm just, this is about, being productive in whatever it is that you're doing, because it's like cracking the whip with yourself in a way, not so much cracking the whip with other people, but that too in a sense. So because there's that being, being in your power and being the boss, but a fair boss, not a dick boss. It says, but there's something about productivity. I'm not getting much more than that at the moment. And then we have repetition again. So back to that moon cycle, moon there. Okay, so moon cycles, it repeats itself. The cycle always repeats itself, just a different energy, like with the moon moving around, different planets that are aligning up with it. So, and depending on which planet is lining up with it, and that sort of thing, obviously it'll bring a different energy. So as well, and when I'm just repetition, so there's something about these, even though this moon cycle is repetitive, it's like it's going to help shift things that are repetitive in our lives, in this, that are not for our highest good, stuff that we know we need to release and let go of, that sort of thing. And I'm hearing like this is about really connecting in with your intuition and allowing yourself to process whatever is coming up for you, or coming to the fore for you, to release it and just talk to it. Send it away, send it, or disconnect with it with love, but call in Archangel Michael, or Archangel Raphael as well, but also Orion, to help you with those. I know they've been amazing with me when I was doing some really shifting some really traumatic stuff, and that sort of thing. So it's where are they going with that? Okay, so because when you're doing that, you're starting to get to the core. So we talked about that before, about getting to the core of stuff. So, and of whatever it is that's going on, and some of it has come up two or three times, or it's been there like reasonably consistently, but you haven't. You may have been releasing it in some way or form, resisting it, but it's like this is time to let that go now, and face it, release it with love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, and adventure. In that sense, releasing it, but visiting it, and sometimes it can be a little bit uncomfortable. But once you go there and you visit it, and you're doing do some work with somebody there to help you with that if you need it. To go a little bit deeper, so which is what I do. So if you're needing some assistance with that, I do have a special that's available at the moment for January. Have a look on my Facebook page. and connect with me on there to help just to get to the core of it, to help you to create that shift that may be holding you back, or you may be holding yourself back or ourselves back, but maybe that may be the hold up for you or the block in some way or form. So you can get going, even, and create even more magic than what you already are. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there now for you, Scorpio. So, like I say, this is from the 1st to the 15th of January 2021. I will see you in a couple of weeks, and we will do from the 15th to the 31st of January. Anyway, bye for now. Happy New Year. Have a wonderful, safe, happy New Year, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Oh, yeah. So I forgot to say, we leave you with, that's my spiritual team and I, we leave you with lots of love, peace, harmony and joy, excitement and adventure. Okay, somebody still wants to talk, but I need to go. So we could be here all night. So excitement, adventure and prosperity and abundance. Okay, God bless you. Love you all. Like I say, stay safe.